In this video, I'm going to show you how to place anything into perspective in Photoshop so your images, logos, graphics, or mockups look like they actually belong in the scene. This is a super useful technique when you want to place a logo on a wall, add artwork onto a billboard, insert graphics onto a laptop screen, or even place designs onto packaging or floors. When done correctly, the object follows the exact angle and depth of the surface, which makes the final image look much more realistic. I'll walk you through two fast methods inside Photoshop. The first method uses perspective warp, which is the most accurate and best for realistic mockups. The second method uses perspective transform, which is quicker and perfect for simple adjustments. If you find this tutorial helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Photoshop tutorials just like this. Alright, let's jump straight into Photoshop. First, let's look at the most accurate method, which is using perspective warp. Start by placing the image or object that you want to add into your document. To do that, go to the top menu and click File, then choose Place Embedded. Select the image, logo, or graphic you want to use and import it into your project. Once it appears on the canvas, position it roughly where you want it to sit on the surface. Make sure the correct layer is selected in the Layers panel because the next step will apply directly to that layer. Now go up to the top menu, click Edit, and then choose Perspective Warp. When Perspective Warp activates, Photoshop allows you to draw a grid over the surface where your object should match the perspective. Click on the corners of the surface and create a grid that follows the plane of that object. For example, if you're placing a poster on a wall, draw the grid so it aligns with the edges of the wall area where the poster should sit. Try to match the angles as closely as possible, because this helps Photoshop understand the perspective of the scene. Once the grid is placed correctly, go to the top options bar and switch from Layout mode to Warp mode. This is where the real perspective adjustment happens. You will now see corner points and edges that you can drag. Simply click and drag the corner handles until your object aligns with the perspective of the surface in the image. As you move the points, Photoshop automatically bends and adjusts the object so it follows the same depth and angle as the background surface. Take your time here and adjust each corner until the object looks like it naturally belongs in the scene. When everything looks correct, press Enter on your keyboard to apply the transformation. Just like that, your object is now placed perfectly into perspective. This method works incredibly well for posters on walls, digital screens, signs, packaging mockups, or anything that needs accurate perspective matching. Now let's look at the second method, which is faster and great for simple perspective adjustments. This method uses the standard free transform tool. Start by selecting the layer that contains the object you want to adjust. Once the layer is selected, press Ctrl-T on your keyboard to activate free transform. You'll see a transform box appear around the object. Next, right-click on the object inside that box. A menu will appear with several transformation options. From that menu, choose Perspective. Now you can drag the corner handles to change the perspective of the object. When you drag one corner outward or inward, Photoshop automatically adjusts the opposite side to create a perspective effect. Continue dragging the corners until the object roughly matches the perspective of the surface in your image. This method is much faster than perspective warp, but it's best used for simpler scenes where the perspective isn't extremely complex. Once the object looks aligned with the surface, press Enter to apply the transformation. And that's it. Those are two of the fastest ways to place anything into perspective in Photoshop. Perspective warp is the best choice when you want the most realistic and accurate result, especially for mockups or detailed compositions. Perspective transform is perfect when you just need a quick adjustment and want to move fast. Both methods are incredibly useful skills for designers, photographers, and content creators. If this tutorial helped you, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more quick and practical Photoshop tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.